Hide Your Stigma. I am an intuitive healer, mindset mentor, twerk fitness and expressive emotive dance coach, and a herpes support person or advocate. I'm just going to share this live so that I can have my full devoted attention with you. Computer's being a little slow. Thank you for your patience. If you are joining us, let me know where you are coming in from around the world. Say kia ora. Say hello. I would love to know that you are here with me. How you are truly feeling. Whether it is multiple emotions or one, if you are feeling vibrant, if you are feeling down, your actual truth of what you are feeling in this moment would be beautiful to know. The computer is being very slow this morning. I'll give it a couple more minutes. I want to come live today to talk about environments, energetic environments, surroundings, protecting our energy, the different merging of different people's moods, energy and emotions, the people that we come into contact with around us, the souls that are intertwined with us and mixed with us or connecting with us and communicating with us. Share now. Let's see if it will let me do it. It's struggling a little. I want to share a little bit of an experience that I had yesterday. I went into the main city, and went to a training. I haven't been into the main city for a long time. Maybe once in the last 6 months. Once when I had a couple of drinks and had a night out, which I don't do very often. Someone comment. Hi, Stacey. Hi, beautiful lady. How are you? Lovely to have you here. Thank you for joining us today. So yeah, I want to start with, just to make sure it's all shared and then I can attention focus here. But yeah, I popped into the city. I want to talk about energy, environment, other people's emotions, other people's hurt and pain and sadness and feelings and emotions that can become intertwined with us, and also noticing in our environments that surround us and the people and the experiences or situations that we go through when we shift and change and start to notice things in ourselves when we're on a healing growth journey, that things change, things that used to not bother us too much become sensitive to us. Yay, it is all shared. That is awesome. Now I can focus just here. So I went into the city yesterday for a training for my side job. Caught the ferry in because I didn't want to drive. It probably, I don't know, I'm guessing it probably would have taken me 2.5 hours to drive and probably $50 on parking. So I was like, I'll try and catch the ferry into the city. I needed to do the training. The training was actually really good. I feel like I got more personal development out of it than business and work stuff with my management role at the gym. I feel like it actually helped me internally with my own emotions more. It was a de-escalation and communication training. And lately, I suppose I feel like I've been quite short and sharp in myself, and quite impatient, to be honest, quite impatient with others sometimes, not outwardly at them, but internally being really frustrated and quite short internally. I feel like I don't allow it to get, I'm aware of it enough that I don't allow it to get external from me, in a sense of attacking or impacting anyone else, but internally inside myself I catch myself, or I am aware that I'm snappy or short, or I'm like, I've told them that 3 times, why didn't they do it? And I've been having moments where I've needed to catch myself and go, Maddie, stop. You don't know what's going on in that person's mind, in their heart, in their emotions, in their life right now. You will never know it all. You will never know what they're all going through, even if they share things with you. And possibly they're having anxiety, possibly they're having overwhelm. It may be chaotic for them. They may be having fear. They may be having nervousness, self-doubt, all those things. And that's often when we make mistakes, or we're not hearing or listening to an instruction that someone's given us, or we're just not listening to the words someone's saying or sharing with us after we ask a question. It's often because there's chaos inside somewhere, or there's challenges going on, or there's self-doubt, or there's mixed emotions, or there's heartbreak, or there's something else going on. So I've gone a little bit off tangent, but it's all useful. So I believe in divinely just keeping on sharing that, because whatever comes out is what we divinely are meant to hear in those moments. So those are some things I suppose I got out of the training, but the point of me coming to share today wasn't actually about specifically the training, but I took the ferry in to the city early in the morning. The 2 ferries that I actually wanted to catch, they were both cancelled, so I got ready in 15 minutes and rushed to jump on the ferry and go into the city, because I would rather rush and get ready for work and go into the city on the ferry than drive 2.5 hours in the horrific traffic. And there has been so many car accidents lately, and so many people with road rage. And for me, the environment of being on the road and in the motorway and things lately, I don't like it. It's sticky, it's yucky. There's a lot of anger, frustration, impatience out there. And so maybe I've been taking a lot of that on, or needing to remind myself to protect and clear my energy. So anyway, I went into the city. I was 2 hours early for my training, and I got a coffee, and I thought, I'm just going to go and sit on I think I was sitting on Queen Street in the middle of Auckland. If you're in Auckland in New Zealand, you'll know where that is. But sat with my coffee just on a street bench thing in the middle of Queen Street, and sat there and decided, I'm just going to observe people. I'm going to listen to my podcast, and I'm just going to sit on the street, and I'm just going to soak in what's around me and observe and see what comes up for me. And I sat there listening to my podcast, and I realised the city's really not for me anymore. I realised the environment in the city, yes, there's times where I don't mind visiting and things that excite me. Like a little while ago, I took my partner to a burlesque type, pole dancing type live show in the city, and it was incredible. So there's some things that, yes, I don't mind, and I've prepared myself to go into that space, into that busy, chaotic, rushed space in the city. And of course, different environments draw different people, different personalities, and different belief systems and lifestyles. But something I realized when I was in the city yesterday was, I can't believe that this was so normal for me. I was looking around at all the people, and there was one lady I tried to smile at, because that's who I am, and just hundreds of people just walking, like in a movie, just walking, just like straight face, all of them exhausted, grumpy, move out of the way, like that's the energy I was feeling in the city. People with these straight faces, getting all their coffee, rushing to work, on their phones, like this at the traffic lights. And I was just like, how is this a happy life? I was sitting there, and it was just really, really, really good learning for me to shine light on, this is what I used to do every day. And I suppose not just saying, because this can't just happen in the city, it's just the experience that shone light on it for me. Of course, this can happen anywhere, because it comes from the internal of the choice of the person's life and choice of consciousness in their life and their being, and I don't know what the word is, but the center of who we choose to become every day in our practices and the way that we show up in our life and the way we self-care. So big. I've been having so many reminders lately that, Maddie, the potency of life, the magic of life, your peace, your happiness, your passion, your purpose, it all comes from you doing the work inside and knowing how to work through into a space of self-care that really, 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 really nourishes you, rather than people pleasing and all of these things and caring about others and trying to fix others all the time. Actually coming back to the self-care within us, self-care and the pleasure that we have in our life is the golden within, well, in my world and in my opinion, I believe that is the golden egg, that is the golden sparkle of life, is finding that space of true self-care, true self-love. Not just saying, oh, I'm learning to self-love myself. Oh yeah, I got my hair cut. Oh yeah, I did that. And those things are good too. I need a bloody haircut and it would be lovely and it makes us feel beautiful in those moments. But really at the core, choosing to invest in ourselves, the time, the money, the energy, the vulnerability, the courage, breaking down the walls of fear and cages of things like judgment and assumption of people around you and expectations. And it was just so big yesterday because I was sitting on that bench in the middle of the city and I just looked around, and for me it felt like a really yucky negative space. It felt like a really sticky energy. All I could smell was the smell of smoke, and I was like I was like trying to get fresh air, and everywhere I'm walking in the corners of the city, I'm like breathing, and all I can breathe is fucking smoke, and I'm like, I don't want smoke and vape in my fucking face. I don't want it in my body. I'm like just trying to walk and breathe fresh air, and then the next minute I can just smell rubbish and see rubbish all in the side of the road, and then I'm getting this this message, but Maddie, like, you only see what you're focusing on. That's what I'm hearing now. But at the same time, what is shown to us sometimes is meant to be there to highlight things, to open our mind, to open our soul, to open our heart, to bring us back to our center, ground us into ourselves, and really, really bring clarity to our alignment, bring clarity to what we really desire, what really turns us on in life, what really is really what we want in our life, rather than just doing what we're told and scraping through and feeling like we have to do all the things that we have to do, that society tells us we have to do, that we have to get on the bus and travel an hour and a half into the city on a bus with people that are spitting on the ground. And there's just like, looking around in the environment yesterday, being in the city, it just shifted something in me around the internal, I suppose, core vibe that I feel from the city now. It is not who I am anymore. It is not what I feel. And I think I realized a few years ago, when I was living closer in the city and I was in the city quite often and things like that, I look how I've transformed and grown and healed through some of the parts of my journey. And I look back and I'm like, I was totally okay with that. I was totally okay with all the rubbish being thrown on the street in the city, and the smoking in your face, and the looking around and almost hundreds of people just looking so mundane and so depressed and so upset and so exhausted and tired. That's all I could see. So I was sitting on the little seat on Queen Street, just sitting there sipping away on my coffee, observing, and I look around and there was a lady that I thought would smile at me. I was like, smiled, like, morning, like that smile, like, good morning. Just stomped along the road, and then I'm looking around and there's hundreds of people around me. They're just like on their phones, rushing to work, And obviously, I can't know because I don't know what these people's lives are like. But in my head, it was just showing pictures of people that are unhappy, that are working jobs they don't want to work, to pay bills that they don't want to pay, to try and survive, to be able to eat, to look after their families, in this wheel of like negativity or downness or hurt and pain and hardship and hard times. And there were so many homeless people in there. And yesterday, for some reason, I don't know why, on my Instagram I follow a couple of incredibly inspiring women that have amputated limbs or were born with only one arm, etc. like that. And then yesterday I seen 2 people in the city without arms, and I was like, what is this telling me? I haven't really sat there with it and tuned into it yet. If you are an intuitive, if you are spiritual, if you believe in the messages, I don't even know what I mean by this, but tunes or tones or messages that come through in your daily life, the things that are not coincidence, that always have a message, animal messages, water messages, it might be your intuitive gifts and organs that come through and share things with you. But something has definitely come up in the last week for me that I need to look up around the meanings of lost limbs or missing limbs and things like that, because I kept on seeing it yesterday. So I'm waffling on a tangent here, but it's here to support us, to open our minds and our thinking minds, like going into that environment yesterday. And that's why we're here, is to talk about environments and energies and what's serving us and what's not, and being able to identify where we really want to be, what really serves us, what really makes us happy, and the battles of also choosing, this is not for me anymore. I do not enjoy this. I now am conscious enough, I am now aware enough that I know that life, that way of living every single day, it is not for me anymore. I've realized I don't need to live that. I can make choices. Yes, they are not always the easiest. They are not always the easiest choice, but are they more aligned? Is that choice to quit that job that you've been working for the last 5 years, where you've been getting bullied, where you work overtime and get underpaid all that freaking time, and quit that job and start that business that you've always wanted to do, or start that study you have wanted to do your whole life, or that passion, or that thing. Or maybe you don't even know. Maybe you don't even know where you want to go, but you know that way of life for you is killing you. It's stressing you. It's making you ill from the inside out. That it is no quality of life. And that you want to shift and change and move. I've had 3 women, oh, this is going to make me cry. I've had 3 women lately tell me they have just quit their day job, like just quit their mainstream job, and they were just like, no, I've been so unhappy for so long, working this job that hardly pays the bills and blah, 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 blah. They don't even know where they're going to go from here. And I'm like, most people wouldn't do it, because the generalized person that just lives that life and just carries on and is just okay with that often does not do that, does not get up and do that. And I fucking praise you. If that is you, that you have gotten up and made a huge change, whether it's your career, the house you're living in, the relationship you've been in, or whatever it is, if you have gotten up and you have chosen change, you have chosen risk, vulnerability, choosing to do it anyway, even though there's fear and you have no idea where you're going to live, how you're going to feed your family or yourself, where you're going to go, or what your passion is, maybe you don't even know. But it takes fucking balls. It takes fucking balls, and I want to praise you for that, because that is stepping into really showing yourself self-love, self-respect, self-care. That is potent, because you're noticing that you as a whole, you are not in alignment. You are stressed and under the push and under the pressure. and surrounded in these environments where everyone is just like, yeah, I just have to work and money is a stress and this thing and that thing and oh my God, and everyone's sick and all of those things. And you have made a break. You have cut a break. You have made a break in the patterns, and you've chosen to take a stand so that you can implement changes, implement and start and trigger the recalibration of your life to come through into that. I want you to ask yourself today, is this serving me over and over again? Or maybe for this week, each day, is this serving me? Does this light me up? Do I want to be doing this? Do I want to be here? Is this the kind of relationship I want? Is this the lifestyle I want? Does this align with my qualities and my values, my morals, my belief systems? Do I even have belief systems? What are my belief systems? And some of these questions you might go, I don't fucking know. Or you may break down in tears and you may be like, no, it's not what I want, but I don't know how to get out. I've been there so many times. So I feel you. I don't know how you feel because only you know how you feel, but I feel you in my own way. Energetic environments and your surroundings, your physical surroundings, the people you surround yourself in, the energies, the moods, the emotions, they affect us so much. They impact so much on who we are every day, our quality of life, our happiness, our peace, our pleasure, our joy, our health, our wealth, our connection, our love. So you have a choice. I am about to reopen my Soul Healing Starter Package today. It is potent. It is a place to start if you don't know where you are going, or if you do know where you are going. But you need the push, you need the self-discovery deeper. You need the connection to self and soul deeper. It is here for you. I ask you to take a leap into yourself, for yourself, to invest in yourself. This work that we do in my Soul Healing Starter Package, it is not I think it's 7 weeks course, but it is not a 7-week course. It is a 7-week activation into your whole existence of who you are, who you want to be, the consistency that you want to feel in yourself, the reconnection to yourself. We go through shadow work, we go through inner child, we go through guides and angels and your supporting beings. We go through the deepest of, I know I already said inner child, but inner child wounds are so big. So we can dive into abandonment wounds if that's what you want. We can go into the creative and play that you never got when you were a child. There is the shadow work, if you don't know what shadow work is, the parts of us that are not given attention or pushed away or shunted away in our childhood and our upbringing, that are almost labeled or imprinted in us that are not appropriate or not acceptable, which makes our belief system. So we can dive into our shadow work as well, work on integrating those shadows and light together. We go through some psychic reading and intuitive skills and gifts as well to strengthen your skills so that when you come out of the Soul Healing Starter Package, that you can take these gifts of yours that you already have and heighten them and strengthen them so that you have these tools every single day. That when you come out the end of this package, this course, this space and time together with me and you can take these things and continue them on for the rest of your life. Pass them on to friends, pass them on to your children, pass them on to your partner, pass them on to other people and making a ripple effect into healing, into finding your pleasure, your peace, releasing your emotions, protecting your energy. We go through a little bit of meditation stuff as well. It comes with a beautiful, beautiful ebook as well, explaining in simple terms how I understand the different tools and gifts that we go through together. So if you are interested to come and crack open yourself, give me a private message and I will send you the link. Or any questions, pop into my private message as well, and I will pop the Soul Healing starter package link into the comments in the bottom as well. I love yous all. I will see you again soon, and be aware. Today is be aware of the energy and the environment that you are choosing and allowing yourself to be in. And if you're like, well, I can't get out of that space, then hey, let's go and let's work on how we can help you to support yourself, to protect your energy, to clear your energy, and to connect with your soul. When we connect with our soul in our deepest alignment, things start to move. If we choose to stay in environments that are yucky, that don't serve us, that we don't want to be in anymore, we continue to stay there, and we will not shift and we will not move out of it. It is not going to happen by itself. We choose to intentionally step into that space. We choose to consciously work on ourselves, invest in ourselves, get vulnerable with ourselves, seek guidance and support, and then share it with the rest of the world. I love yous all. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, and I love you dearly.